Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Adventures. Today we are going to run a new system that I built. This has a Dream matting in it. It's got a 25 gallon a minute pump on it, which is a little excessive for that, but it's going to work good, I think. Pump's definitely had more than enough water than I need. Hopefully my battery lasts. I got more if we need more though. I got a Torrent 6 Prospector trip sluice head. No, I have nothing against anybody else's sluice heads. That's just the first one that I had seen. I'd like to try Fargo Wizards as well, but just haven't got around to ordering one yet from him. This is the Torrent 6. So we're going to try this out. This is actually our first time using this as well. First time ever trying to run this system at all. I got a bucket from the Wisconsin River, and we're just going to kind of see how this system works. I don't know if there's any gold in this spot at all. I have no clue. I seen one flake in my pan when I was down there before I collected this bucket. But we're going to run this bucket through, and we're going to see how the Dream mat works and how it exactly catches the gold, because I've never used a Dream mat before. I hope it's what everybody says it is, because they're pretty expensive mats, just for us everyday prospectors. But we're going to give it a try. I can adjust the water flow. We're kind of in a controlled environment here, so I have to do a little bit of playing around with that as well. But yeah, we're going to start running this bucket and see how this mat works. Alright, Prospector trip. Torrent 6 sluice head. Got the Dream matting in there. There's some small micro matting at the bottom. This is our material. We're gonna use my big scooper today, but we're gonna just do small scoops. It's kind of interesting. It's like these little pockets. It's like these little pockets in here. They fill up with sand, and then it just goes away. Like it slowly builds up. See how they fill, and then it goes away? Pretty interesting mat setup. And I don't know, we're gonna keep running. This is kind of my setup. I got a stand here with like a 7-degree pitch. This is 2 feet, so it's 1 inch a foot. I got my Mighty Max battery with speed controller on it, so I can adjust the flow. And I got a 1,500 gallons per hour, which is 25 gallons a minute pump with a 1-inch hose. I do have a few leaks up here. It irritates me, but that's all right. We're gonna keep running some bucket and kind of see how this mat works. Now, another thing I don't know is, I am not like the biggest on knowing exactly how much water flow I need in my power sluices. So this is actually kind of a little experiment for myself as well, because I'm trying to figure out what my speed has to be at to be able to run this effectively. You know, I obviously can watch the material. I know that type of stuff, you know. So I know I can watch the material until the material drops, until material changes, and how fast it changes. Now, it's kind of nice because it's a controlled environment, but it's different than just looking for the V and the sluice and the creek. So it's a little bit different setup here. So yeah, we'll feed this. I don't want to stop feeding this because there's quite a bit here. I'm hoping this matting can take all of it. See, as it kind of slows down, I kind of adjust it just to kind of see, like I can really see the sand dancing on the end here where it drops down to this other matting. So it's kind of a good sign that stuff is working. It's hard for me to see. It actually kind of does look like swirls in those little holes where that gold dropped down. So it's pretty interesting. So far, this Torrent 6, I like it a lot. I like how well the water flows. I don't know what is making that smooth water. Like Largo Wizard has a smooth water sluice head. I don't know what makes that smooth water. I don't know. But we'll keep running this. And I see a bunch of black sands building up in here. We'll keep running this and see how it goes. One thing we always want to make sure when we're running a sluice like this at home, you always want to make sure our material is wet. Put water in your material. If it's dry, put some water in it. Before you run it in here, it helps keep preventing that gold from floating. You want that gold to float down and just fall in. We want it to actually settle in. So I put some water in here and stirred it up. You want nice wet material. Then when you go to put it in here, it's just going to help it settle a little better. Now I did not classify this bucket at all. I did not hand down this bucket and put it in here. I just grabbed the black sands from the beach and in a spot that looked pretty good. I found one flake in a pan, so got some high hopes for it. Hopefully we see some gold today. Now, one thing like I've been finding out a lot lately is that when we go out to the creeks and look for places to pan, you got to remember, you might not always find something. So the past 2 times that I've gone out, I found the first time, the last 2 times that I've gone out, I found nothing in that first creek. And then I'd gone out yesterday and I had not found anything. I didn't find any gold. Well, I found like 2 or 3 specks, but I didn't find, it was hard to find because the floodwaters are changing everything. And I'm going in places that you normally wouldn't think there would be gold. So I'm trying to find more and more places. And I'm just trying to show you guys that's part of it. Sometimes you're not going to find anything, but that doesn't mean you need to give up and stop looking for it. So I just want you guys to know that even people that know how to find gold and know where gold is end up with nothing sometimes, and that's how it goes. There's always the next creek, always the next spot. So the place I went yesterday, I have actually found gold in before, but our floodwaters have been so bad that maybe it washed them out of there. Maybe they're farther down, maybe they're farther out because the water's still high. I don't know. But just keep your head up when you're gold panning, because eventually you'll find some. And you know, maybe you're just in the wrong spot, or maybe you're just 2 feet to the right or 2 feet to the left. So I would just keep your head up and keep going, and just remember, you can always do stuff at home like I do here. Yeah, just got to keep going, keep grinding. The gold's out there, we just got to find it. All right, so we are right down there at the bottom of our bucket, and it's kind of crazy how this sluice cleans out. It cleans itself out. I'll flip it around and show you. Like, look how well everything cleans out. Everything just cleans out so well. I don't know if that's because of the way they spin or what. I don't know. The way the material spins, if it just separates the real heavies into those little ripples, I don't know. But right down to the bottom of the bucket, there's some heavy black sands at the bottom of the bucket, so we're going to get those out, and then we're going to clean this out and see how well we did. clean out the bottom of that bucket as good as we can. That way, because when we carry these buckets, when you carry them, all the heavy starts settling to the bottom. So we make sure we get everything out of the bottoms. And that way, it kind of doesn't mess up our accuracy to how much gold we found or not. So, because if I leave it, if I don't clean it out good, well, next time I go to put any sand in this bucket, that gold might be left over in here. It might be a false find at that location. So, always gotta make sure we clean these out good. All right, well, I'm gonna slow this down, and then we're gonna take the mats out and put them in a pan. See what we got. I'm not a fan of these dream mats are kind of hard to clean out. Or at least hard to tell if they're fully cleaned out or not. But I don't know. Alright, so this was my concentrates from that bucket. It's really not a lot, to be honest. I kind of thought there would be more. But maybe that's that's the idea of that mat, I guess. Maybe that mat doesn't give us as much concentrates as our other mats do. I've never used a dream mat before, so this is the first time using the dream mat. Alright, well, I'm going to pan this down and see if we got anything. So, I panned out our concentrates. Not a single thing. We did not have any gold in that at all. But you know, I got to thinking, that's kind of humbling, to be honest. The past 2 times I've gone out, I found a couple flakes this last time. The time before that, I found nothing. And you know, it's kind of humbling, you know, just to keep us humble, because the other times I went out, I always find a lot of gold. A lot of gold. So, the last time with the Nugget Lake, I hit a really good hot spot, and I found some good gold there. And then another time, last time I went to Wisconsin River, I found a bunch of gold there. You know, it's kind of nice to, it's weird to say it, but it's nice to not find anything. It's nice to remember that, like I said, you may go out and you may find nothing. And that's just all part of it, you know. This is a hobby for me, so I enjoy just being out there and doing it. It's kind of humbling, you know. I hit 1,000 subscribers, and you know, just to keep me going, keep me going with the fact that even though I built up that much and I've gotten this far, that there are still times where you could end up short. You could end up not finding exactly what you're finding. Now, my first video I ever did on YouTube for gold prospecting, I didn't find a single thing. I panned all day and I did not find a single thing. I panned a whole creek, and the worst part about that is I had gone there a week before that and panned and found gold. But the second time I went there, I didn't find anything. So, you know, I like to share the down times. You know, it's awesome when we see gold. We get so excited when we see gold, but I love to show the down times where we go to the creek and we spend all that time there and we don't find anything. We don't find what we think we're going to find. And that's okay, though, because this is something we love to do, and it's something we love to get out and do. And, you know, this isn't going to stop me from going out. I do think it's time to go to some spots, to stop looking for some new spots here for a second and just go to some spots where we can get some gold, just to kind of keep the highlights going, keep the record straight for us. I'm in no competition to see how much gold I find this year. That is just going to be what it is. I mean, I don't make money off this. I don't, you know, it's my hobby. So I just enjoy being out there and doing it. I do have some spots that I'm thinking about going to that I know has gold, that I've seen other people find gold and stuff like that. And I'd like to use some different equipment out in the field and go to some places where the laws are a little different and rules are a little different, and just get a little more equipment out there wise, rather than just my gold pan and my sluice box in the creek. I want to take a trip to Minnesota and do some Mississippi River pan in. I like to go to Superior and do some stuff up there. Yeah, this is just an awesome experience. We tried out the new sluice. The new sluice works good. The new power sluice does. I have a few leaks that are a little irritating, but you know, those are just little bugs we'll figure out. The Dream Mat, honestly, so this is my first time using the Dream Mat. It's my first time using the Prospector Trip, the Torrent 6 sluice head. I'd love to try Fargo Wizard sluice head. That's something else I'd like to get. I'd like to try his 10-inch for my big 10-inch sluice I got back here. And the Dream Mat, I like it so far. We haven't put anything that had gold in it to know exactly what it does for catching gold. But I love the concentrates that it leaves. It doesn't leave a lot of concentrates, which is nice because it's easier to go through in the end. Even my small gutter sluice leaves a little more concentrates than that, which is kind of weird. Maybe my setup on it was a little off or not, but we're gonna get some gold and we're gonna test it out with some gold and see if it's any different. See if how it catches the gold and how it works. New to it, that's all. I'm used to my matting I have back here, my custom matting that I make myself. So, all right, well, we short on gold this week. That's okay though. So if you guys could please share, like, and subscribe to my channel. We're growing slowly, and we're gonna get to wherever we get to. I just hope everybody enjoys the trip. Thank you.